الله 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 نور السماوات والأرض. Lantern of light, evolving together.
Assalamu alaikum, dear beautiful souls. Inshallah, you are well and basking in Allah's beautiful mercy and blessings in the last final days of the blessed month of Sha'ban. You are here joining me on this beautiful audiobook, Joining the Joyous Light, Reflections from Munajat Sha'baniya, written by Dr. Shaykh Mohamad Ali Shomali. We are now in chapter 40. I hope you have all joined me in some of the episodes, if not all. And it is purposely meant for us to pause, listen, reflect, and soak in the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and in the wilaya of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, inshallah. I hope you have felt the munajat, you felt the shawq, that longing and yearning of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through this beautiful tribute to Amir al-Mu'mineen's munajat Sha'baniya, inshallah. So I want you to just pause and listen, and even if you're busy doing your work or preparing for your next day's appointments, just listen. I just want you to listen and just kind of soak in. I think that's the whole idea of this audiobook, so that you are able to pick up the spiritual nuggets from Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam and the words that he used through this uns, that intimate relationship. Munajat is this najwa, it is that whispering. Sometimes you don't even need a language, it's that heart to heart communication to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah. We are now in chapter 40, page number 114. I like this, 114 chapters of the Quran. I just quickly kind of thought about it and I said, wow, we are on page 114 and chapter 40, I think of Musa's journey, in the 40 days of the dhikr that we recite. 40 is a very spiritual, mystical number, and there is so much in depth about the number 40, the Arba'een of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, and so many more examples I could share, but I just want to now pour my heart into the words of Amir al-Mu'mineen and then do the reflections by Sheikh Shomali, inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Ilahi walhimni walaha bidhikrika ila dhikrik. My Lord, inspire me with a longing for your remembrance, leading me from one remembrance to the next. How beautiful. A heart that longs for his remembrance. Here we are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to fill our hearts with an intense and a burning love for his remembrance. We are hoping that the joy we feel when we remember him becomes so deep and so sweet that it stirs a longing inside us, pushing us to keep coming back to him again and again. And indeed, one of Allah's names is the one whose remembrance is sweet. The remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala isn't just a duty, but a source of tranquility, peace and joy. So much so that we crave it. In the recommended prayers for the 4th day of the month of Ramadan, we ask, Allahumma adhikni fihi halawatan dhikrika. O my Lord, let me taste the sweetness of your remembrance. We want to move from one moment of remembrance to another, never wanting to lose the connection that we have with him. It's like a desire to stay close to the one we love, to always feel His presence and to never be forgetful of Him. We want to stay wrapped in His love, and our hearts yearn for His closeness, never wanting to drift away, inshallah. In this beautiful dua that we remember, Ya man dhikruhu hulun, in Joshan Kabir we recite one of the names that is mentioned. It's so beautiful that your remembrance is so sweet. Subhanallah. The chapter ends on page 115, and we continue with the chapter 41, inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وهمتي في روحي نجاحي أسمائك ومحل قدسك. Place my aspiration in the joy and fulfillment found through your divine names and within the sanctuary of your holiness. Chapter 41, page 116, fulfillment through your names and holiness. In linguistic terms, himma denotes one's aspiration, ambition, and resolve to achieve or to acquire something that concerns the individual deeply. It reflects a focused motivation and a determined effort towards attaining a particular aim or goal. An essential spiritual question for every believer is, what should I seek from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So many of us, during the amals of the 15th of Sha'ban or the coming nights of Laylatul Qadr, there's so many people that even ask me, Sister Nasim, what do I ask? What should I seek from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? These are real questions. Ordinary believers typically channel their aspirations into performing good deeds, hoping to attain paradise. But in contrast, Munajat Shabaniya expresses a much loftier aim by asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explicitly, O Lord, place my aspiration in the joy and in the fulfillment found through your divine names and within the sanctuary of your holiness. The joy of attaining divine names, Allah's names, when truly attained and internalized, bring relief, joy, and profound spiritual satisfaction. Rawhi najah asma can simply and beautifully be translated as the happiness and contentment one experiences upon realizing and embodying the divine names. If I were to benefit from the shadow or from the fragrance or from the pleasure of Allah's names, how amazing would that be? For the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are not like our names. For example, if I hear the name of a great arif, I'm not going to benefit in my irfan from his name or from his immense knowledge. But if I repeat the name of a mathematician thousands of times, nothing will happen to my understanding of mathematics. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is different. Simply remembering His names has the ability to change a person. Ya man ismuhu dawa wa dhikruhu shifa. Oh, He whose name is medicine and whose remembrance is healing. His names are medicine, and if you take them through conscious dhikr, they will heal you, and if you take them more, you will be able to give healing to others as well. First, you get healing for yourself, but then if you become a frequent dhakir for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you can help with healing other people. Thus, the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are unique and completely different from any other name. Therefore, the Quran has put a great deal of emphasis on the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should start everything with the name of Allah. Although we could say that we should start with Allah, the means for us to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is through His names. So with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all of our actions are started. Also, when it comes to the meat that we want to eat, the Quran says, وَلَا تَأْكُلُوا مِمَّا لَمْ يُذْكَرِ اسْمُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ. Do not eat anything of that over which Allah's names has not been mentioned. Chapter 6, ayah number 121. The name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala intervenes and makes eating the meat of a slaughtered animal possible. But if we are not mindful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if we don't mention His name, then it is forbidden to consume. The name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so important that when we mention the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it can change the whole equation. With this brief introduction, let us now try to dive deeper into the ocean of Allah's names, into their meanings and into their significance, in order to better understand this phrase from Munajat Sha'baniya in light of what our scholars have said. The true meaning of divine names. The Arabic word ism translates as a sign or as a symbol. Although everything in creation serves as a sign or as a pointer towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, most creatures are primarily self-focused. Thus, they fail to serve as true signs pointing directly to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Their indication of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is incomplete because they tend to display themselves rather than pointing purely towards their creator. However, as we ascend the hierarchy of creation and reach higher and subtler levels, we eventually arrive at a luminous spiritual reality known as the world of divine names, Alam al-Asma al-Ilahiyya. Alam al-Asma al-Ilahiyya. At this lofty spiritual stage, creatures no longer show themselves independently. Rather, their entire being has become a transparent mirror, reflecting only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At this station, their signness or their ismiyya has been perfected. The highest spiritual realities. These exalted divine names are profound realities that constitute intermediaries between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and creation, serving as the deepest truths underlying all existence. They represent the highest forms of Allah's creation, beings pure in essence and meaning. These names penetrate and pervade the inner reality of all things and dominate all aspects of existence. It is in reference to these names that we supplicate in Dua Kumail. بِأَسْمَائِكَ الَّتِي مَلَأَتْ أَرْكَانَ كُلُّ شَيْءٍ. By your names which have overwhelmed the foundation of all things. Aspiring to the highest spiritual station in the spiritual supplication of Munajat Sha'baniya, believers humbly ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my Lord, place my aspiration in such a manner that I seek nothing lower than your holy sanctuary, Mahall Qudsik. This sanctuary of Quds, this sanctuary of sanctity, Quds, is a realm of purity and transcendence, entirely free from anything other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself, so it is perfectly free from any form of impurity. It is a sacred and inviolable space described as a divine safe haven, Harame Amne Ilahi, to which no creature other than God has access. The path to entering the sacred sanctuary. Entrance into this supreme state of sanctity can only be achieved through complete self-effacement in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Fana fillah, and perfect servitude ubudiyya. This profound spiritual station and the path towards achieving it are central themes within Islamic mysticism, irfan. Inshallah, we end here the beautiful chapters, attaining the highest spiritual realities, and this is doable in this world at this time in the 21st century. We still have the ability, we still have the choices that we can make to enter into the light of God and come out of the darknesses and the shadows of darknesses, so that we are able to embody the beautiful names and become mirrors. The more frequent we remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we become the healers, inshallah, in this most turbulent world. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.